team, let's start the session for today. Meanwhile, others can join parallelly. So by yesterday's session, we completed our first 2 demo sessions team. And as part of that, we have discussed about the introduction to the Oracle Fusion HCM cloud applications. And then we have seen what was the Fusion applications evaluation path. I mean, since when that Fusion applications are available in the market, like when Oracle introduced this application, and since then, how the application got evolved over the span of time, and what are the release versions that we have in the Fusion applications. And then team, we discussed about the cloud deployment options available within this technology, and what are the modules we have in this particular course or the technology, what comes under functional and what comes under the technical side, what kind of job roles we have in this particular technology, then what are the course offerings we have discussed at team. And in yesterday's session, I have explained you the Oracle certification process overview, like how the Oracle certification will be done, module specific, what will be the examination pattern, pass percentage, what is the cost of that we have discussed it team. And we were discussing yesterday about the types of environments, like introduction to the Fusion application we have seen team. Like when a customer buy this product from Oracle, how the application or in which form the application will be delivered to them. What are the different names that we will call the application as, right? And what are the types of environments we have? Like what do you mean by production environment? What do you mean by test environment? And what do you mean by development environment? We have discussed all these things in the yesterday's session team, right? And then we have also seen the application overview team, like once we log in into the system, how the look and feel of the application will be, and what are the home screen functionalities, like what is Springboard, what is Navigator. Like if I sign into the application team, the basic home screen features we have discussed yesterday, like what is this Navigator. So in Navigator, what we have here, then what do you mean by this Springboard, what we will have in the Springboard, functional areas, sub-functional areas, quick actions, then left side Navigator, then search bar, home button. These all things we have discussed yesterday team. So we have completed our demo sessions initially, and today we are going to start with our very first topic, that will be security administration in the Fusion application team. Whenever you go for a project implementation, okay, once you got the project, once you got into the project and once you start configuring the application team, the very first topic that we are going to start in every implementation will be the concept of security administration in the system. Okay, before configuring any module, the very first topic that we will be working on will be the concept of security administration. So today I want to start with that topic only team. What is that? Security administration. So let me go to the new sheet. Okay. HCM regular class. Okay. I want to start with security administration. So what do you mean by this security administration team? Okay, what we are going to discuss in this particular concept. In security administration, we have to talk about 2 concepts team. One is user account management, and the other one is role management in the Fusion application. Just 1 second, there is some issue with the Excel. Okay. When we're talking about the security administration team, we have to talk about two things in this. One is user account management, and the other is role management in the Fusion application team. These are the two concepts we are going to discuss in the security administration module in the Fusion application team. And what is this? Okay, what is this security administration? See team, when I came to the application, okay, the very first main screen, that is what it is asking team, sign in Oracle Applications Cloud, correct? And I have passed some user ID and password and I clicked on sign in. Then only I could able to access into my application team. So why I'm telling the security administration is important, or the preliminary topic is, whenever you go for a project team, let's suppose we got the project from Tata Group. Let's assume Tata Group is our client. Okay, he is our client or the customer team. And let's suppose team, we are working for a company called Wipro. Okay, let's assume we are working in the company Wipro. So we are a team of 10 people, okay, 10 members consisting of functional consultants, technical consultants, all that. So now for the Tata Group who purchased this product from Oracle, Wipro is the implementation partner. So Tata Group given the project to Wipro. Let's assume team, we are working as a Oracle Fusion HCM consultant in the Wipro. So now when we are the team, let's suppose team, in our team we are 10 members, we are one among them, let's assume. So once the project got allocated, so we will be working in the application of the client, whatever the application that our client purchased from Oracle, client will give access to the application team. So we will be working in the client's application to configure all the modules in the system like core HR, absence, payroll, talent, all the implementation we have to do in the client's application team. Then how this access is coming team, how the user account and passwords will be created in the system for our team members. Initially, if I have to talk about, we are 10 members team. How the user accounts for the application will be created to us when we go for a project. Ideally, client will give one super user account created team like this. Let's assume whatever the user I'm using, HCM_IMPL or 17 or whatever it is team. One super user account client will create, okay, and will give to us with all the access in the system. By using that, let's assume this is my super user account, client given to us. So once we log in team, we can able to log in through this user. But rest of all the team, we are 10 members. We require access to the application because we all are going to work going forward for the configurations of the application team. So we have one super user account which client given. Super user means with all the access in the system. With all access in the system, whatever the role is there, that we will call it as super user account team. Okay. So client will give one super user account created team to our project manager, because every project that we are working, we have our team lead and the project manager. So one account client will create and let's say given to us team. Now by using that, we could able to access the application. For rest of all the team members, the user accounts to be created in the system, correct? So how the user accounts will be created for our team members? When we talking about security in the system, the main aspect will be team user account management. Means how in the Fusion application, the user accounts will be created. That we should know team initially. Because when we go for an implementation project, this is the very first task that we will do. For all of our team members, we will be creating our user accounts in the system by using the super user account what client given to us. we will be creating for rest of all the team members, the respective user accounts in the system team. Not only that one. This is okay. I'm talking about the user accounts for our implementation team. Not only that team. Let's say we implemented the application team, we configured core HR, absence, payroll, all the modules to the client, and we hand over the application to the client. Now our customer Tata Group started using the application in their day-to-day life. Okay, for all their HR activities, they started using that. So every day, employees will be hired in the organization. So employees will be hiring in the system team. So every employee of the Tata Group, whoever hiring in the organization team, they should also require the access to the application, right? Because this is the HR portal or the HR application team. Employees should have access to the application. Day to day, all the business activities they will be performing within the application only. They want to apply the leaves, they want to check their pay slip, they want to update their personal information, or they want to raise some expenses, or they want to do their performance evaluation, ratings they have to give. Every employee should have access to the application. Then what about the user accounts for them? So when we're talking about the user account management, it is not only for us, the implementation team who working. Our work will be for 6 months or 1 year during the time of implementation. Once we are done, once we hand over the application to our client for their day-to-day usability in their business process, how their employees' user accounts will get created in the system. Every day, HRs will be recruiting the employees in the organization's team. So every employee should have access to the application portal. How the user account and passwords for that people will be created, we have to understand that in the user account management. Here I'm going to explain you how the user accounts for any user in the Fusion application will be maintained. It might be an employee within the client organization who is hiring in the system, or it might be the implementation user accounts. Means we who are the people who are working on the project, we will be called as implementation team. Okay, so we will be the people who are working on the project implementation team. The configuration or the setup deployments in the system, everything will be done by us. So we will call as implementation team. So how the user accounts for the implementation users or for the client employees in the organization, whoever is getting hired, that we are going to see in user account management team. So I will start our today's topic with this user account management in the Fusion application. Coming to the user account management, we have two ways how in the Fusion application the user accounts will be created team. One is automatic creation by the system. One is automatic creation by the system, and the other one is manually created user accounts. Manual way. One is automatic way and the other one is manual way of creation team. So we have two ways how the user accounts in the Fusion application for any user will be created team. One is automatic creation by the system and the other one is manual way of creation team. What is this automatic creation by system, Kumar? Whenever the HR, let's say we hand over the system to the client, the HR people, let's say using the system team, whenever the HR admin hiring the employees in the system, automatically team system will generate the user accounts. So basically in the Fusion system, the hiring will happen here. We have a functional area called my client group, and then we have something called new person. So if new employee, if you want to hire, then you can come to new person and you have something called hire an employee. So HR, if they want to hire the employees in the system, they will come to hire an employee. They will give all the details of the employee and they will submit. When the hiring happening in the system, Once the worker record created team, when this hiring happening team, automatically system will create the user accounts. This is for the employees in the system, employees of our client. Whenever hiring happening, system itself automatically generate the user account. Okay, but this part will come into the picture once we hand over the system to the client and our client Tata using the application in their day-to-day HR activities team. So any employee that they are hiring in the organization, when the hiring task you performing team, once you complete the hiring, along with the worker record, his user account will also created by the system itself. That is automatic creation by the system. Other way team, manual way of creation we have. Let's suppose while you hiring the employee, due to some data discrepancy, system have not generated the user accounting. There are different reasons why system can skip creating the user accounts for the employees hiring in the system due to some data issues. Let's say, as far as the security administration is concerned, team, in the user account management, you can configure certain user rules. Let's say, team, the username rule, you configure that for every employee, the user ID or the username should be their email IDs team. Now, when I logged in my system, I logged in with my username with HCM_IMPL17. But my client is telling Kumar, in my organization, all employees user IDs for the Fusion application to access will be, okay, their email ID. We can set up that rules. I will show you in next half an hour team. But while hiring the employee team, basically in the second tab, person information tab, HR will capture the employee's email ID team. While hiring, HR have not given the email ID and hire the employee. Then what system will understand? For every employee, user account will be email ID is what the configuration we have set up for user account rules. But while hiring, email ID HR have not given. Then how come the user account for this employee will be created? Due to some data issues team. Sometimes user accounts will not be created automatically for the employees we are hiring. Then HR have to manually create the user accounts for the employees. After the hiring worker record created in the system, HR have to do the manual way. Forget about the employees for quite some time. We, the implementation team, we are not the employees in the client organization team. So our team will not be hired in the system. If we are not hiring the employees team, then how come the user accounts will be created for us? Then automatic option will not for our users. This is only for the employees in your client organization team. Once we hand over the system, once they start hiring the employees team, then this automatic will come into the picture. But within that also, any data discrepancies are there, HR have to follow the manual way of creating the user accounts. Forget about employees and all team. Come to our thing. We got the project. Now we were deployed for the client project, that is Tata Group. So Tata Group given access to the application, one user account they have given. How come for all the team members, our user accounts will be created? We are not the employees in the client organization team. We will not be hired in the system. We are just the outside implementation team who are working for the client to configure their system. So how the user accounts for our teammates will be created for us for start working in the application team? How the user accounts for our team will be created? We have to create manually. We have to create manually. So our main focus for today and tomorrow will be in this only team. This automatic you will understand once we complete our core HR module team, because in core HR module only we are going to hire the employees in the system. So once you come to core HR module, once you hire the employees in the system, then I will show you team how the user accounts automatically getting created. But now our point of concentration should be how we can create the user accounts for any user manually in the Fusion application team. Where we can find that user account creation, the entire security administration in the Fusion application will be in a one single concept called security console. Once you log in into the system, this is the home screen. You are able to see the springboard here and different functional areas here, right? Click on the right side arrow team. Okay, click on the right side arrow. You will see a functional area coming here called tools. Go to tools. Under tools, you have something here called a team security console. So the entire security administration in the Fusion system will be handled in a one single area called security console. Where it is? Under tools, we have security console. Come to security console here, team. Click on OK. Once you come to security console, you will see the role section here. And you have something called users. So as an administrator or HR admin, if you want to come and check out team, any users in the system, or if you want to create new user accounts in the system for any new workers or new users team, come to this users. Come to this users. You will be landing upon user accounts team. Here you have something available called add user account team. So come to add user account, click on add user account here team, then you will land upon add user account. So here is the place where you can create the user accounts manually in the system as an administrator team. So let us see team. Now client given one super user account, we logged in with that user only, and we are creating the user accounts for further all of our team members team. How you can do that one? Once you come to add user account, associated person information and associated person type, we have two options team, none and worker. So here system will ask the user account you are creating, is that person is employee in the system, means is your client employee, or he is not an employee, you are just creating the user account in the system. See team, we are not employees in the client organization. Okay, we are not the employees in the client organization. We require just user accounts only to start working in the application, to access the application team. So whenever we creating the user accounts for our implementation team, for our team members, we have to keep the person type as a none and we have to create team. Let's suppose you are creating a user account for any employee in the system, already employee hired team in the core HR module, but due to some data discrepancy, the user account not created by the system automatically. So as a HR, if you have to create manually the user account for any employee team, when you come to user account, person type keep as worker. If the employee record already exists in the system, already hiring happened, employee record available, then person type keep worker team. The moment you keep worker, one more field will open up here. See, worker name. System asking for which employee you are creating the user account for the application. You can search team, a magnifier available, search workers. I am searching with some person name as John. So see team, who all are these? John Anderson, John Burnett, John Corner, Smith, Yakubu. Who are all these? It's a demo instance team for our training environment, I believe. I mean, already employees data available in the system. They are coming up here. So make sure this point very clearly. What is that? Whenever we are creating the user account, Are you creating the user account for any existing employee already hired in the system? Then keep as worker and search that person here, team. For John Anderson, I want. Click on OK. So when I'm searching the person, the details will automatically filled up because already this person record exists in the system. He got already hired in the system. First name, last name, email, everything is synchronizing from there. If not for worker, team, you are creating just a user account. 1 second, team, just give me a second. Right, sorry, team. If you are creating a user account, okay, and the person is not an employee in your client organization, the perfect example will be we, who are the implementation consultants for the client. We are not the employees in the client organization. We will be not hired in the system, but still our team require user accounts to access the application to start our configurations of core HR, absence, payroll, talent modules, team. So if you are creating the user accounts in the system, team, just user accounts, no employee record exists in the system, then keep the person type as none and start creating the user account here, team. Okay. Okay. So if you are creating the user accounts for any employees that you already hired, at the hiring time, due to some data discrepancy, system have not created the user account automatically. Manually, if you want to define, then keep worker, search that worker and create the user account, team. If not for the employees in the system, for our implementation team, if the user accounts to be created, team, because we are not employees in the client organization, our records are not created as employees in the system. We require just user accounts, team. In that case, person type keep as none and create the user account, team. Account information, make sure active. If you are not checking box active and you are creating, it's useless. Employee credentials will not work. Keep as active. I will talk about when the account will get locked, when the account will become inactive. In next 15-20 minutes, I will talk about them. Then advanced information, team, like enable administration action for single sign-on. So we have a concept in the system called single sign-on, team. That is a technical component. If your client using multiple application, like they are using Oracle Fusion system, they are using some Microsoft servers for their Outlook or some other Jira tools they are using. Common sign-in if they want to use, common credentials if they want to use, then you can enable single sign-on concept. But this is not exclusive part of our Oracle Fusion HCM. It is a technical component which will be or which have to be set up in all the other applications also. We are not going to discuss about this single sign-on. It's not required from the point of HCM team. So associated person type keep as a none and come to user information, team. Here you have to give the details. Category, we have option called default. Let it be. What is that also? We will come to the understanding in next 20 minutes. So come to the details. First name. What is that you want to give, team? I am giving Kumar and last name I am giving TrioTech. Okay. First name I have given Kumar. Last name I have given TrioTech. The person name is Kumar TrioTech. Then I'm going to email. The moment I came to email, okay, the username taken up with a combination, team, something called Kumar.TrioTech, means first name dot last name it has taken up. Let's say email is mandatory. I'm giving like Kumar@TrioTech, okay, softwaretrainings.com. Let's assume, team, I'm giving the email of this person. This is the email of this person. The moment I give the email, I will come to username. Now see, team, what has taken up the username for the person. the email ID that what we are passing is being taken up here, team. Who told that in the system for the user accounts we are creating, the username should be the email of the person, team? Who told that in the system? Huh? By default, it came, right? When I given my email here, automatically the username taken up here. How? We have something called a user category, team. There is something called default, right? So in this category level, you can maintain all that user account rules in the system. What is the username format that system should consider? Password policies that we have to have in the system. That all will be maintained in this category level, team. We'll talk that one. First, let me complete the user account creation, team. I have given first name, last name, email of the person, and username, team. Kumar@TrioTech Software Trainings. Then, team, password. I have to provide the password details of the employee. So I'm giving something like TrioTech@123 or something, and I'm confirming the password @123. Now see, team, there is some eye icon here. What is that, team? Password complexity, minimum 8 characters. Huh? Who told this one? Minimum 8 characters. My client is telling Kumar, my passwords for every employee in the system should be with a combination of minimum 8 characters. Out of that, 2 uppercase, 4 lowercase, 3 special characters, like that. Can I able to do that one? You can customize all these things, team. In the user category level, all that user accounting rules we are going to set up, team. So first, let me complete this user account creation. Then we will go to this category and we will discuss, team. So this is how you are going to create your user account in the system. Come to security console, users, come to add user account. If you are creating guest user account, not an employee record existing to that, you can create directly, team. First name, last name, email, then the username, what you want, then password. And here, creating the user account will not suffice in the system. It's not sufficient in the system. What else you require, team? You should have access to different functional areas in the application, team. Now here, the concept of roles coming into the picture. We have something I told you called role management also, team, in the concept of security administration. In user account management, we are going to discuss about how to create the user accounts in the system. But creating the user accounts is not sufficient, team. For every user, whatever the account we are creating, the respective roles we have to assign to him. What do you mean by roles, Kumar? What is role management in the Fusion system? The entire security in the Fusion application working on a concept called RBAC. RBAC. RBAC stands for Roles Based Access Control. Roles Based Access Control. Unlike in e-business suite, if any one of you from e-biz background, you used to have the concept of responsibilities there. For every user, you used to add the responsibilities. But in Fusion system, there is no concept of responsibilities. Oracle came up with a concept called RBAC, means roles-based access control. Whatever the access that the user is going to have in the system is purely based on the rules. So for every functional area, team, let's take up an example, this one. These are the roles, modules we have in the system, team. For every functional area, team, Oracle standardly delivers certain roles in the system. Let's say, team, if you have to access all the functionalities in the core HR module. So these are the list of setups we have in our core HR module, team. If you see the core HR sheet, we have different configurations that which we have to perform in core HR. Or if you come to absence, we have different screens or the configurations which we have to perform, team. So in order to access all the functionalities, all the or the screens in the core HR module, Oracle given certain standard roles team. I will list out some of the roles that which Oracle standardly delivers in the system. For our core HR, absence and talent, for these three modules, if you require access in the system, we have the roles like human resource manager, then human resource specialist, then we have human resource analyst. So we have these roles available for the modules like core HR, absence and talent. For payroll module, we have the role available called team payroll administrator, or we have payroll manager role available team. Then for compensation, if you take, you have compensation manager, then compensation specialist, okay, or compensation administrator, like that team, specialist or admin, you have that role available. Then if you go to benefits, you have something called benefits administrator, okay, then benefits manager, like that team. Then OTL, we don't have separate role, these are sufficient for OTL also. Then ORC, if you take, you have the roles like some of them I'm listing out, not everything. I will give you the list later on. Like you have recruiting specialist or recruiting manager, okay, or hiring manager. We have the roles like this team. Then OLC, Oracle Learning Cloud, if you go, you have learning specialist, like that. Then for help desk, you used to have help desk related roles. For every functional area in the system, you take every module, or even for these things also team. For security, workflow, sandbox, integration, reports, for every functional area team in the system, Oracle delivers certain standard roles in the system. Now, if I have to access the core HR module or absence module related setups or configurations, then the user should be assigned with these roles team, because whatever the roles we assign to the user, to that functionalities, to that screens, the user will get access in the system team, not anything else. Now, I'm creating a new user account for one of my user, that is Mr. Kumar. Okay, when I'm creating the user account team, I have to add the roles to which are all the screens or the functionalities this person Kumar should have access in the system. So in Fusion application team, the entire security access is working on a concept called RBAC, roles based access control. For the user, whatever we creating, whatever the roles we assign to that functional areas, the access will be provisioned team. I will show you right now, you can understand now. So I'm creating a user account, right? That is Kumar. I will go to add role here team. So if you have to add the roles to the user, you have to come and add the role. So we have one basic role, like how we have the module related roles we have for each of the module. One basic role we have in the system called employee. In order to access his basic information team, employee self-service, if the employee have to access, there is a basic role Oracle gives called employee team. So whenever you are searching for your roles in the system, when you are practicing team, once we give access to the application, almost majority of the people, we have shared the access also yesterday to the application as well. When you are creating the user accounts and adding the roles, when you're searching for the role, sometimes you might see the duplication coming up team. See, I could able to see employee 2 roles. This is role name and this is role code, ORA/_per_, right? Select the role with the code starting with ORA. ORA stands for Oracle. Means that is the standard Oracle delivered role in the system. Whatever you are seeing are copy team, duplicate to this one. I will tell you why we have to copy the seeded role. What is the reason behind that? Once we're talking about the roles in detail, we have the scope to create the custom roles on the also in the system. There you will understand it. So try to pick up the role code starting with ORA, ORA, this one. Okay. Now see team, click on add role membership. Now that role will be assigned to this user team that whom you creating. Now see, I creating the user account with one basic role called employee. Let's see team. We will complete this user account creation. We will try to log in with this new user and let's check out what access this user is getting in the system. So basically, this is the way how we can create manually the user accounts in the system. It might be for the implementation team for us, for all of our team members like this one by one, or for employees of our client also. If system have not created automatically due to some data discrepancy at the hiring time, manually HR can come to users, add user account, choose the worker in the person type, search that worker, and they can create the account manually like this. Now click on save and close team. Click on save and close team. The user account in the system will be created. If you want to cross verify whether the user account created or not, in the users only team, in the main section user account, you can search here. Okay. Kumar @TrioTech. I'm searching team. See the user account existing in the system now. Just the user account what we created, that one team. Now what I will do is I will try to sign out from my super login account, that is HCM_IMPL. Now what I will do team, I will try to log in with our new account which we created. Kumar @TrioTech Software Trainings.com, and the password, whatever I have given, I'm giving team here. Okay. Now I'm trying to log in with the new user account for employee, for Mr. User Kumar. I'm giving his user ID and password and I'm clicking on sign in. Now see team, the user account created. So I could able to log in with his user account, Kumar TrioTech. Now when I log in with Kumar, what functionalities I can able to access team? Only one role I assigned to him called employee. So this me functional area access, you could able to see procurement, tools, and under tools, where is security console? No. Configuration, and see very limited team. If you come to the navigator also, only these functional areas you could able to see. Okay, 7 to 10 functional areas are there. And even if you come to the right side settings and action, only limited functionalities you could able to see. Where is the administration section? It's not available. See how many functional areas you could able to access. Now what I will do is I will sign out from this Kumar. Let us sign in back with our HR admin, that is super user login team. HCM_IMPL17. This is my login team. What I will do is I will go to that account which we created for that user account, and we will try to add some other rules. See with my login, how many functional areas I could able to see, how many functional areas. And if I go to right side settings and action, I could able to see this administration section, everything. But my Kumar account could not able to see all these things. That is because of rules. That is because of roles missing to that user account team. Let us try to add some more rules and check it out team. Come to tools, security console. Now as an admin, if you want to add any rules to the employee or remove any rules to the employee or any sort of user account related updations, if you want to perform, you can come to users. In the user account area team, you can search If you know the username directly, keep username and search with username. At least 3 characters are required to search. If you know his email, keep email and search with email. If you know his last name, first name, keep the filter whatever you want and search the data with that one team. I know his username. I'm searching with his username. The person username is Kumar@TrioTech Software Trainings.com. This is the username. Now, if you click on this display name, you will land upon user account details page of that user which we created team, Kumar TrioTech. Now see here, I can see the user information under which category that we created, username, first name, last name, email, and active. And here see team, account information, password expiry, September 30, 2023 coming. Today is August 1st, correct? Exactly 60 days from today. September 30 means 60 days, right? 59 days or 60 days. Password expiration date is coming. Why? Every 2 months, password will expire to the user account. User have to reset the password. Who configured that rule in the system? Why password expiration coming exactly 60 days from today? I will tell you, team. Not only that one, when we creating the user account, username taken up email as a combination team, the format for username, then password complexity coming up over there. That all will come from this category team. What is that? I will tell you. First, let me explain about the roles. Now, once you come to user account details, if you want to add any further roles, you have edit button available. Click on edit. Then if you come to roles, then click on add role. Let me add some other roles team like human resource manager. All the roles that what Oracle delivers in the system, you can able to search team. See, human resource manager, when I search, many duplicates are coming. Because it's a training environment, many people will practice the security concept roles. They are creating it. Then, but please choose Oracle delivered one, human resource manager. Then I will add human resource specialist also team. I'm adding more roles to my user, human resource specialist. Then I will add a payroll administrator role also to the user because I want to give access to payroll module also to my employee. Payroll administrator. Then I want to give access to compensation also to my employee. The module of compensation also I want to give. Then compensation manager. Then compensation admin we have. Okay, it's not specialist, compensation admin. Then I want to give access to benefits module also team. Okay, benefits administrator. Then I want to give access to learning module also team. Then learning specialist I have. And I also want to give recruiting. One role from each module I'm adding as of now, but we have further roles also. Recruiting administrator, I'm adding ORC related. Then team, with my HCM underscore IMPL, I'm getting access to security console team. So in order to access security console also, we have a role available called IT security manager role. I will give you a document team. Don't worry about this. For what module, what roles we have, I will give you. If the user have access to security console under tools, then there is a role available called IT security manager role. If you want that access also, add that role also to the user team, IT security manager. Then only you will get access to security console under tools. Now see team, for my Kumar user account, I'm adding more further roles. All the further roles I have added. See, now let us see team. Save and close. Save and close. Now let me try to log in and let me check it out. Click on done. Now let me sign out from my admin login, the super user login, and let me try to sign in with Kumar, the new user account that which we created team. Now let us check out whether any functionalities got increased to that employee or not. Login. It's taking some time to get the changes reflected because immediately it might not. It will take kind of 30 minutes, 30 seconds or like that team. Let me do one more time. Because it's a cloud-based application, you might expect this kind of thing. What I will do is I will open an incognito window. We'll try to log in here and check it out, team. So I'm trying to log in with Kumar@TrioTech Software Trainings.com. Now let us see, team, if anything that you can additionally find on this page or not. See here. Now when I log in, team, earlier this my client groups not there. Now see my client groups came. Within that, absence, goals, performance, then payroll, and see benefits administration, even the benefits related functionality. See, team, some more additional things came. My client group, benefits administration. Now if I go to tools, I can able to see security console also. Earlier it was not available, team. Now it is coming. So the point here I want to make everyone to be clear is in the Fusion system, the access or the security concept will be working on a single concept called roles-based access control. Whenever the user accounts getting created in the system, whatever the respective roles we assign to that user team, to that particular functionalities in the system, the user access will be provision team, right? For Kumar, first I have added the basic employee role. At that time, even these functionalities are not available. But now I added more roles, the module specific roles to that Kumar. So when Kumar log in, he could able to see the functionalities accordingly here, right? This is about the concept of roles-based access control team. Now let me go back and sign in with my admin login, that is super user login. And let us see some more configurations in the user account level team. Now let me go back.
Hi Kumar, can I ask a question right now or should I wait?
You can, Satyajit, please.
Yeah, hi. So basically, just wanted to know two things. Now regarding this roles, basically, we are at the same time you're discussing about rules as well, like you explained about emails. So can we set up a roles exclusion, like if I'm adding a payroll role to any user, at the same time I don't want a talent management role to be added to the same user. So just to avoid that conflict, can we do
that exclusion? We cannot handle here. We have the auto provisioning concept available, like not based upon role, but based upon the employee assignment level filter conditions. You can make that. I mean, that is basically for auto assigning anyhow. But this validation of role, if this role is there, then another role should not be assignable. That feature is not available.
Okay, fine. So that basically we can keep any kind of roles and you can assign it to any employee. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Kumar.
Now, team.
Hello.
Yes, Kishore. Yes, please.
Yeah. Currently, we are discussing on the security related to the application only, right? So, what about the data security?
We'll come to that. It's very too early to discuss that.
Okay.
Next part is that, because data security part, we have to go first if we have the understanding about the functional aspects. Then what data we can restrict within that we can discuss. Okay. We are just initial part of discussion, how to create the user account. Okay. Sure, thank you. We can discuss the questions at the end of the session, team, so that no one will get interrupted in between. Okay. Please park your questions. We can discuss at the end of the session. Right. So whenever we creating the user account, team, I'm telling that whatever the roles we assign to the user, the access will be provisioned to that. Okay. Now, as an admin, I created the user account team. So what I can do here, Further, if any sort of updations that I want to do or any editings that I want to do for my user account, I can come to the users, search that user account, then click on that user account team. Then I will land upon user account details. And here I have the edit option. If you click on edit, the user information will become editable team. If you want to change the username of the employee, first name, last name, email ID corrections, if you want to do anything as an admin, you can perform from here. Okay. At any later point of time, if you want to do some updations or corrections to these things, employee last name you have given wrongly, you want to correct it, or username if you want to go with some other combination. Okay. Then email if you want to go with some other email, you can able to do from this edit user account team. As an admin, he can perform from here. Then team, we have something in the roles. We have add role option available team. If you want to delete anything, we have the option here team. Let's say benefits administrator, I don't want to this user, I want to restrict. I can delete from here. Bulk deletion if I want, remove all roles. At one shot, all the roles I want to remove to the user account and I want to add some other roles. Click on remove all roles. Now see, everything will be removed at one shot, but I don't want that. Let me go back and come in. So this is individually, you can remove the role, whatever you added. From here, you can search and add the role. From here, you can remove, and here you can remove all roles. And here within the roles team, we have something called auto provision rules or auto provision or assignable. What is this concept means? Roles concept is not that what I discussed it in. Here, what I discussed only for every module in the system or for every functional area in the system, I'm telling Oracle standardly delivers the standard roles in the system team. But within the concept of roles, we have types of roles available team. We have job roles, data roles, abstract roles, duty roles or aggregate privileges like that. So roles concept, I'm not going to take now further to this one. So whatever the question Kishore asking about the data restriction or functionality restrictions, this is not the time that we have to discuss about that one. Initial discussion on security will be morely emphasizing on the user management team. Once we start our functional modules, once we complete our functional training, core HR, absence, payroll, talent, then again, I'm going to take the security concept from the perspective of roles. Because if I have to explain the data restrictions or functionality restrictions team, first of all, you people should be familiar with all the screens in the system. In which module, what objects are there, what functionalities are there, what type of data that we are creating in the system. You have to be familiarized with that one. So the concept of roles, we are not discussing now. We are going to discuss deep dively about the concept of roles once we reach out to our security topic after the completion of our functional modules team. Now, in this initial understanding, I want everyone to be known how the user accounts getting created in the system. Once we go to a project, how for our team we can create our user accounts, or for the employees in the system, if system automatically not generating, how HR can manually create the user account, and how to assign the roles to give access to that user. To that extent, I want everyone to be clear how the concept of security is working. Whatever the roles we assigning to the user, the access is getting provision. Within the roles, we have the customization of roles. You can create your own custom roles where you can implant your data security restriction. Means, for example, team, I will tell you, my client have two companies implementing in the system. Like they have Tata Automobiles Private Limited and they have Tata Steels Private Limited. So in this application team, we have implemented two companies of our client team in this application. Tata Automobiles and Tata Steels. Let's say I have an employee, Mr. Kishore here, and I have an employee, Mr. Satya here. Kishore is HR of Tata Automobiles team. Satya is HR of Tata Steels. So when Kishore log in into the system and when Kishore trying to access the employee's data, Kishore should be able to see only the employees related to his organization team. Kishore should not be able to see the data of Tata Steels. Same goes with Satya. When Satya log in into the system, trying to search for any employee data, Satya should be able to have access only to the employees of his organization. He should not have access to the employees of Tata Automobiles. That is a data breach. So within the roles, we have more concepts to discuss in the data restrictions, functionality restrictions, that all will be there. And also the types of roles, creating the custom role as per the client business requirement will be there. So this topic we will again discuss once we complete our functional modules configuration team. So initially we have to be in the understanding how to create the user account and how to assign the standard roles given by Oracle to our implementation team to start working in the application team, because all of our team members should have their user accounts created to start working in the application for their day-to-day setups or configurations team. So that we are seeing here. Within the roles only, we have something called auto provisioning, means how user accounts are automatically creating. Roles also you can automate in the system team. If user account creating by the system for the employees, roles HR manually come to security console and manually will assign the roles to the users. That is a double work, right? So when the user accounts creating automatically team, even the roles also you can automate in the system. So within the concept of roles, we have something called auto provisioning team. So this concept also I'm going to teach once we come to the topic of roles exclusively team. So this is about that one. During this time only, assignable and auto provision, these two functionalities you will understand. As of now, be in the understanding how to create the user account in the system and how to add the roles and remove the roles to the user. Accordingly, the access to that user will be provision team. That I want everyone to be clear. Now, when we edit the account, active, locked are coming up team. So basically, when the user account will become inactive team, if it is an employee record, whenever employees submitted the resignation or termination team, like employee want to leave the organization, he submits the resignation in the system with effective to his last working date, the employee user account will become inactive. That is also automated behavior in the system. Manually, if HR want to inactive, you can come and you can uncheck team. See, I made that account inactive. See now, the status of that account will become inactive. See, manually, if you want to do, you can do. When you inactive the account team, no more the user can use the credentials to sign in. Now see, the same account I have opened in another window, incognito, and I'm trying to sign in team. See now, what happens in the system. Kumar at TrioTech Software Trainings, the password is there, and I'm trying to sign in. What it's happened here? Authentication failed. See, the user cannot able to log in with his credentials team anymore because in the system, HR updated the user account as inactive. But inactive in the user account ideally will be taken care by the system team. Whenever employees submitted the resignation, automatically the employee account will become inactive, means his credentials will be revoked. But as an admin, if you want to manually do that one, you can do team. If you want to activate that, then edit again, put it back, active, and save and close. Click on done. Now the account became active. Now try to log in with the same credentials team. Sign in. The account is open, unfreezed. Employee could able to log in now. Now there is no issue. That is about the status of the account team. Whenever we create the account, by default, the status will be active. If you forcibly want to inactive the record, you can do it. Or by default, when employees submit the resignation, automatically the account will be inactive. And we have locking also team in the accounts. What do you mean by locking? See, ideally, many of you will come to me. When I give the application for the practice purpose, we give the common user ID to all of you. So people will be trying with wrong passwords. So the standard policy that Oracle follow is more than 3 times if the user tries to log in with wrong password, then account will automatically lock. Account will automatically lock. If you want, I can show you team. If you can try here, wrong password when you are trying to log in the employee, more than 3 times if you try, then account will automatically lock team. Then again, he should reach out the admin team. Admin will come to user account, search that user account, and they will unlock that account team. Manually, if you wantedly, if any employee account you want to lock, let's suppose team, employee got suspended for 15 days due to some misbehavior or something, organization suspended the employee for 15 days. Or let's say team, employee went for long sabbatical leave, long leave, unpaid leave, he went. So we don't want to give access to the system during that time. Then come to the account, go to action. Simply, we have the button here called lock account team. Come to actions. One second, long time we are on the same screen, right? So this kind of stacking issues will be there. Okay, come to actions, and here see team, we have lock account. So I can lock the account also for my user team. See now, I locked it, right? Even during the lock time, employee cannot use his credentials. Let's say now, see, I'm trying to log in with Kumar TrioTech team. Let me sign in. System will not allow me. Authentication failed. See? So if you want to lock any employee's user account as an admin, you can come to the users, search the user, go to action and lock. Let's say employee came back and I want to give his access back. Then I can unlock the accounting. Click on yes. Unlock it. Now see, I will try to log in with same credentials. Let's check it out. Now there will be no issue. I could able to log in with Kumar at the TrioTech. So these things as an admin in the system, you can able to control for the employee user accounts team. Okay, further we have options like reset password, deleting the account, comparing the 2 users, copying the 1 user account and creating. I will continue these things in tomorrow's session team because already we reached more 10 minutes. We'll continue this topic with respective to user account in tomorrow's session. And in tomorrow's session, I will be also explaining you the concept of category. Like when I'm creating a user account today, I could able to see something called a user category team here. See, when we creating a new user account, when we land upon creating new user, there is something called category coming team. Here is the place where we are going to maintain all the user account rules in the system. Like what should be the username format system should consider, what should be the password policy, and what should be the notification policy for user account creation. That all will be maintained in the category level. So further to this topic of user account, what admin can perform, what are all these functionalities, and what is that category concept, we will continue in tomorrow's session team. So any questions as such in today's topic with respective to the user account creation?
Hi, Kumar. Yeah,
Yes.
one question, please. Okay. You mentioned that whenever HR creates an employee, okay, automatically a user will be created for him. Okay.
Correct.
Unless there is a data mismatch or an issue that it relates to.